Thank you, Madam Chair. General Brunson, without our presence on the
Microphone.
without our presence on the Korean Peninsula, would Kim invade the South?
Sir, I would tell you that I don't believe he would. But what I would tell you is he would take advantage of other weapons and systems that he has, conventional, to limit the Republic of Korea's great growth that's taken place over the past 75 years. I think that if we look at the hardening that's occurred on his border at the present time, the fences have been raised, mines have been seeded in the demilitarized zone. I think that what we see is
Why is he doing that? Is there any threat that the South Koreans are going to invade North Korea?
Sir, I think it's as much about the things that he's broadcast in open source, that he is a sovereign nation. He's not looking to work at reunification. He's blown up all the means of industry in the DMZ.
I thought you said in your opening testimony he's not talking about reunification. He's talking about one whole country. Doesn't that imply an invasion of the South?
No, sir. He considers himself sovereign north of the MDL, sir,
So
which he claims is his southern boundary now.
So he's accepted the boundary, in which case if you testified he wouldn't invade, then why are we there?
I think it's, Senator, I don't think it's a matter of whether he'll invade or not. I think that these intentions to cordon off North Korea could very well be temporary. And so to say, will he invade or won't he invade, we're talking about probabilities. With the loss of the force on the Korean Peninsula, there's a higher probability that he would invade.
Well, that was my expectation when I asked that question. I would assume that if we weren't there, it would encourage him to take steps to try to cripple the South.
I think it's essential. We have a treaty ally. It's the number 10 economy in the world. Our economies are very much intertwined. KJU's intentions could shift with the wind. And he's built a military that is designed to impose tremendous costs directly on South Korea. It's very important we maintain that deterrent
I
posture.
agree, and to the extent that the South Korean economy is somehow affected or diminished, that would be against our interest because of the relationship that we have.
Yes, Senator, and I misheard you, so please forgive me. But as I mentioned previously, 2,100 U.S. countries tied to the Republic of South Korea, 450,000 jobs as well.
Thank you. This is sort of an intelligence question, General Brunson, but I know you have intelligence. Do the North, I didn't mean that the way it sounded. I know you have access to intelligence assets. How's that? Better, yeah. Do the North Koreans know the extent to which they're being screwed by the regime? And we've all seen the famous picture of no lights in North Korea, and South Korea is full of energy and prosperity. Do the North Koreans have any inkling of the way that they're being their opportunities in life are being diminished by this regime?
Senator, I would answer that, having fully listened to the question, that I might answer it correctly this time. I would fully answer that by looking at the forces that they sent to Ukraine, to that fight. Absolutely dyed-in-the-wool ideologues who are tied to and believe in that regime that exists there. I think a great many of the people are not witting to what's going on there, but the elites, as long as he maintains control of the elites. There was a recent article that talked about the things that he's doing to circumvent sanctions and other things to continue to bring luxury goods into his country. And as long as
those luxury goods don't go to the people.
No, sir. The point I'm making is that as long as he can sort of provide a palliative to the elites, the other folks won't. There's no way that they get communications in or out. One of the things that was coming from the NGOs going to the North was radios. And those things then begat, feces balloons and garbage balloons back to the South. So I would say that the rank and file, everyday people, other than those within his special operations units, are not witting to anything outside of their country.
That certainly is my impression. Admiral, final question. If we pulled back in terms of our support for Ukraine, would that incentivize Japan, South Korea to develop their own capacity, including a nuclear capacity?
Sarah, I'm ignorant of the policy. I don't know the policy that's going on. It's another theater, but I'll say that Russian failure.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I say Ukraine? I meant Taiwan.
Okay.
If we withdrew our support from Taiwan, would that incentivize Japan and South Korea to develop independent capacity, including the possibility of nuclear weapons?
My assessment is yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Admiral, go ahead and answer that question with regard to Ukraine.
So without, I'm in the Indo-Pacific, so I don't have perfect knowledge
I
of
understand.
the ongoing. But my assessment, and it's to a very deep extent backed in the intel record, is that Russian failure and/or Russian success has the effect of deterring or emboldening the People's Republic of China, and they've already taken notice of the tremendous costs that Russia has endured.
Mr. Chairman,
thank you
Mr.
very
Chairman,
much.
thank you for that, because that's a question I would have asked if I'd had another 10 seconds. Thank you.
And it only took us 59 seconds. Thank you very much.